Hey, friends, I just want to give you an encouraging word today. So, in Psalm 23:3, it says, He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. And the Lord was just speaking to me about that He restores our soul. Restore means to renew, refresh, revive, to give new strength, to recreate, to quicken, to reinvigorate when exhausted and weary. And I was just thinking about how if you're restoring a piece of furniture, I have a cabinet that's really old that I'm having restored, and I've seen the process. And the lady who was helping me, she said, I don't want to really send you a picture right now because this looks scary. It looks really rough. Your furniture, your cabinet just looks really rough right now. I've had to strip paint. I've had to strip layers. And you know what? Sometimes when we go through life, we get different things happen and we go through different situations. And there are different layers that have built up in our lives that God says, okay, it's time to restore your soul. It's been too long since I've restored your soul. It doesn't have to get that way where we have layers and layers, but sometimes that happens when we go through difficult things and don't take time to let the Lord restore our soul, to lead us along the paths of righteousness for His name's sake too. That's what He does after He restores our soul. But when it said, that He leads us beside the still waters and the green pastures. And, when we have taken a lot of time and gone through situations, we can have layers of things that have happened. And just like the furniture, when it's being restored, those have to be stripped away. And it may not always look pretty. It may not be a beautiful looking process if someone just came and looked, but they don't see what is going to happen in the end when it's restored. It may look stripped and just bare, and but the Lord it's a process when God restores our soul. Sometimes He does it in just a moment, and sometimes it takes time where He's just letting us just soak in the love of God and just let Him work on our hearts and our lives. So I just encourage you today with that. When I get my piece of furniture back, my cabinet, and it's restored, it's almost 100 years old. When it's restored, it's going to look completely different than when it went through the process. It looked okay. It looked old, but it looked okay before I sent it to be restored. But as it was being restored, that process, like I said, just looked really rough. It seemed like, whoa, what are you doing to this cabinet? What are you doing to this? We can think that when we're going through a process of the Lord just restoring our soul, but just keep letting God move in your life. Let Him renew and refresh you today. Spend time in His presence. Get in the quiet place and let the Lord restore your soul. And I just want to tell you one of the words I got this morning was, we have to go in and let our good shepherd restore our souls. And staying in His presence. And I just see waves of the love of God crashing over your heart today. Just letting the love of God over and over just come over your heart, and just soak in the presence of God by staying in worship and prayer and getting in that secret place. So I'm going to pray for you. Father, I thank You that Your promise is that You lead us beside the still waters, and You make me lie down in green pastures. You restore my soul and lead me in paths of righteousness for Your name's sake. That's why You restore my soul, because You love me and you're my good shepherd, and You're going to take me through these paths of righteousness for Your name's sake, because You're going to get the glory out of all of these things. God, I thank You that You're renewing the strength of people watching right now. You're renewing our strength. You're reviving us. You're stripping away things that need to be stripped away, and You are gently doing this, and You're restoring our soul. You're recreating. You're making it better than it was before. Father, I just thank You that You restore our soul. And we give You the glory for it today, Lord, in Jesus' name. So be blessed. Let me know if this word touched your heart. If it was for you, let me know. Be blessed in Jesus' name.